Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League in association with West Wales Karting, our partner for this league of course. And today we have started a brand new championship. It's the PS4 F-150 pickup trucks, which are a little bit different to go-karts, has to be said, and also a little bit different to the Indy cars that they recently raced. You can see now on the screen there's a beautiful West Wales karting circuit there in Pembrokeshire near Haverfordwest, opening soon at the end of May. So we're very much looking forward to that. A lot of the drivers in the league are certainly looking forward to heading back there too, I'd imagine. So let's have a little look at the calendar then. So we've got Mojave Coyote Noose Circuit to start with. That is a fictional circuit and that's what's coming up tonight. 3 10-minute races at each of the rounds. Round 2 heads to Red Bull Ring National Circuit, and then we've got Monza, Barcelona, Mullenbach, Ruapuna Outer Loop, Texas Speedway Oval, and then the championship finale, if they all make it there in one piece, is Silverstone. So yeah, today is a fictional circuit, the USA track, 1.1 miles long, only 3 turns, but it is actually quite a technical circuit for what is pretty much an oval, as you're about to see, I think. So, rolling start here for the first 10-minute race on the grid now, and the green flag drops and there away is Pixie on the random starting grid, starting from pole position, with Stuart Davis slotting in behind there in second. Icebreaker is in third, just ahead of Alex Brown, and quite interesting lines being taken around the first corner. You can see the green lights flashing away there on the front of the cars. It's Stuart Davis who's just taken the lead. Look at Alex Brown right round the outside there, challenging Stuart now for the lead, with Mike Gunning heading up into third there. Pixie's down to fourth, Icebreaker's in fifth, Loopy McGee is in sixth, and then we got Monty M. Samoa and Matt battling away for seventh and eighth positions. And side by side now, Stuart Davis, Alex Brown right round the outside in the 2.1 ton pickup truck, and now heading on to the straight to complete lap 1 there. And where's happened to Alex? Alex has gone off. Stuart Davis is now leading ahead of Mike Gunning, and there's Monty M. Samoa now. He's up to 5th, but Luke McGee's promoted to 4th position, and Mike Gunning now is looking to take the lead. It was these two who were battling away. He dives down the inside of Stuart. These two battling away for the championship in the Indy cars. We've just headed off now, and Stuart Davis is doing a nice little cut back there, rising on board with Mike, and you can see his championship nemesis from the previous championship just slotting through there. And joining me in the commentary box today is Ian. What do you make of that start, Ian?
Yeah, some interesting lines at the start there, particularly from Icebreaker. He was on the dirt, as he is again here, just getting a white inside line there. But yeah, up at top, it's the two championship protagonists from last time getting established at the front. And there's a wee nudge there from Loopy on Icebreaker as they go on to the next lap. It's all tight at the front just now.
It certainly is, and now side by side, and that flaming car with the flames on the side of it. Oh, it's getting very sideways there, doing a little bit of a drift. I didn't know he could drift these things. That was very well held there from Icebreaker. He looks like he's getting the back end out nicely, and of course the drivers, they have to select either the default loose or default stable setup, don't they, Ian?
Yes, quite a few loose going here by looks things through that second corner, getting a bit wide as we go again here, sideways from quite a few there. And of course these are rear wheel drive trucks as well, so that makes extra sense. Oh, Loopy going a bit wide there. Oh, lost a lot of momentum there. That's everyone's getting back on now. But yeah, it was a bit of a hairy moment there from a few people.
Yeah, Luke McGee is falling back down to 5th after all that. But it's Mike Gunning now leading the way just ahead of Icebreaker, who seems very loose and ready today for trying to get to the front. And Icebreaker, of course, BTCC Dan, as we know him from the Xbox League. And Icebreaker's in second there, with the one TM Sumomo up to third now, battling away with Stuart, battling away with Icebreaker, I think, by the looks of it there. Yes, Monty M. Samoa rising on board the bumper now, and you can see how cambered this last turn is. What's the quickest way through here? Is it to go up high and slot back in, or just hold the inside line?
Up high and slot back in seems to be the way. Carry more speed. You can take a tighter line, but you cost you speed on the coming back onto the main straight. So yeah, but you've got to balance it out by who else is around you. So you've got to tread carefully, I think. Yeah,
these have got plenty of power, haven't they? If you bog down slightly, they'll be back up there, despite weighing, what is it, 2 tons, something like that, 2.1 tons?
2100 kilos, so yeah, quite a heavy weight, but they still do 0 to 60 in 5.5 and top speed 130, so they've got plenty of power with them. So yeah, it should be. As we get Icebreaker again, it's getting a bit leery.
Yeah, it was Monty MC in the red machine who was challenging for the lead on Icebreaker, but then that allowed Mike through. Oh, and crash, and as Monty MC was spinning around there. And who was that involved? It might have been Stuart Davis. I think it was Stuart Davis. Yeah. Matt now, I guess, moves up to 6th position. I think on a 4th position for Matt now. And side by side they go now, battling for the lead once again. It's Icebreaker. Oh, and Monty MC, Mike Gunning, sorry, very close together. Mike Gunning now takes the lead in the green machine with the yellow racing stripe, and very wide. There's Alex Brown, I think, in the yellow machine there, running really wide. I don't know what he's doing out there. Some rallycross by the looks of it. And Monty MC Morbo in the red car now is coming back around the outside of Pixie, I think it is by the looks of it. We haven't really mentioned Pixie much in this race so far, but he's getting into the thick of the action now. Oh, and who's that coming slow? I think it's Icebreaker. Oh, a massive crash, and cones flying everywhere. That's Monty MC Morbo. He's spun around in the barrier, Ian.
Yep, he's just got out of shape on that second corner there, just got a bit sideways, squizzled about a bit, and he's giving Stuart a wee nudge to get on the go again, but yeah, just unfortunate there, come past Icebreaker and they just touched, and then round they go, and yeah, back underway, but massive drop for both of them, both now at the back, so need to work their way back up now.
Certainly do, and possibly some slipstreaming at this circuit, considering the high speeds.
Possibly, but the size of the machines is make it interesting, and everyone's sort of sliding about anyway. So trying to get in a consistent slipstream could be tricky, but worth a go if you can.
Yeah, they've pretty much got the aerodynamics of a brick, haven't they, these things? And Monty,
yeah,
look at the back end hanging around there. Monty certainly has got the hang of these trucks by the looks of it. He's got full of confidence throwing that thing around, and he's really hunting down Stuart Davis. These two have had championship battles in the past before, haven't they? And I can't remember when it was now, a couple of championships ago on the PS4 League.
Yep, bit of synchronised drifting coming into the last corner there, trying to keep the speed up, and here's Icebreaker again, just getting the tail out, but yeah, just trying to settle down a bit just to build some pace, but yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, Matt running up there in 3rd. I think that's one of his best running positions so far in the league, so congratulations to Matt up there in 3rd position. He's really benefited from the chaos that's ensued, although he has just been passed by Icebreaker now, so Matt's in 4th, but he's still in the thick of it. Pixie is right behind him. Matt and Pixie have a little bit of previous rivalry as well.
Yeah, interesting collecting back here. It's still quite tight. The field spread from cut the whole field in 19 seconds. So yeah, it's instant anti-air. Icebreaker tail out again, just trying to carry as much speed as he can through that corner. So yep, it's tightening up nicely.
What would you say is the fastest way to drive these things around those sort of corners? To do what Icebreaker's doing, get the front end stuck in, or is it just best to stay on the limit of adhesion, not let it slide?
Try. You want a little bit of tail out just to ease it around the corner. Otherwise, it's going to understeer off. So you want a wee bit, but not so much that you're sliding wide and getting bogged down in the gravel on the side, as Alex Brown just about does there. So yeah, it's a balancing act, that final corner, and you just got to thread the needle nicely there. So
yeah, Matt is going to have his mirrors absolutely full soon. There's a big queue of trucks forming up. And I think it's got Pixie coming up behind him there, look, and then behind that is Alex Brown. Pixie and Alex Brown are good friends, of course, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here, but I don't think there's going to be any team orders, so to say. Pixie certainly wants to keep that position from Alex, but Alex Brown's not having any of it. He's looking for a way through. He's in the slipstream now. Will he have a go down the inside? I think he's having a look now. Pixie's trying to cover it off. It's quite a late manoeuvre. Alex Brown dives down the inside now, and I think he takes that position away, but Pixie's going up high to try and get the exit speed, and I think Alex Brown's run a little bit wide there, but he just about makes that overtake work for him, I think. So a great overtaking manoeuvre there from Alex Brown.
Yep, just making the most of the outside line, carrying more speed, getting the outside line, so he carries more speed but not going too wide. So yep, that's the way to do it if you can. So
and now he's having a go at Matt.
Again. Yep, up the inside, nicely done there, just carrying the momentum and keep going. So yep, that's the way to do it if you can. So he's got to hold on to it now.
Yeah, absolutely, and now this has put Matt under pressure from Pixie. Pixie is having a go now, he's going down the outside by the looks of it. Matt's holding the inside line, so it's been interesting to see how this works out. Pixie's really taking a lot of speed in there, isn't he? He's on the curb though. Oh, he's spinning round. He's got too much on the curb and really unsettled the truck by the looks of it. And Matt's probably looking in his mirrors thinking, I don't recognise those trucks behind me. And what's happened to Alex Brown? Alex Brown's going slow there. He's falling back through the Audi. He's getting swallowed up now by Matt, swallowed up by Stuart Davis, swallowed up by everybody.
Yeah, it just looks like he took the tighter line there, and it's carries in more speed, but then and there's more contact there. Oh dearie me, and round they go.
What happened there?
Just slight contact coming in. Two into one doesn't really go there, and they just slid into each other and just once one's off the track, they're just going round. So yeah.
It's almost like nobody wants to lead this thing, isn't it? It's like Alex Brown, and more contact going on, and he's ruining that lovely paintwork. And switching one way, another, and he nearly held it then, didn't he?
Yeah, nearly, but Icebreaker fully lighting up that flaming car, so we now know why he's in that. So that's and there we go again.
And Stuart Davis, he's probably thinking, why does everyone keep crashing into me today?
Yeah, it's not having much luck reigning champion coming into this one, and not having the best day so far. It's contact a few times with a few individuals, so it's not been the best start to him, but he'll persevere, see how it goes.
Yeah, he's still on track. He's in 8th. He's probably not where he wants to be, and he's where is he? He's a few seconds. He's battling with Icebreaker still by the looks of it, so he'll have to look out there, judging by form so far. But Matt is up into 5th still, so a good haul of points still for Matt. If he can stay there, we're heading towards the end of this first of 3 10-minute races, and it looks like Mike Gunning in the Green Machine, fresh off the disappointment from not winning the IndyCar, is going to take the win here today. After chaos behind him, absolute flames and carnage and bits of truck absolutely littering the circuit everywhere, quite possibly. But Mike Gunning serenely comes through and takes the win there ahead of Loopy McGee by the looks of it. And Alex Brown's going to take 3rd, or is he? He's heading around the last corner now. He's got Monty Momo right on his tail, and Monty's really trying to get a good exit. He's got a really good exit. Alex Brown's run wide, he's on the dirt. Oh no, that's really not worked out well for him right at the death there. And Monty Momo slots through into 3rd.
Yeah, just on the dirt there, taking the wider line, just catching the dirt, and that's just killed all his momentum coming around there. So unfortunate, but he's still be happy with that, given all the carnage. So.
And talking of carnage, Stuart Davis.
Yeah, just
I think that's probably you're going to forget that one.
Yeah.
I think he was nearly facing the wrong way then, on the last corner of the last lap too. But anyway, confirmation of the results on the screen there. Mike Gunning taking the maximum haul of points from race 1. That was a pretty good one, that one.
Yeah, that was quite exciting. Lots of action throughout. Lots of little battles and a bit of carnage. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. But it was a good start.
Yeah, Monty Momo taking those points there just away from Alex Brown. That could prove vital at the end of the championship. I mean, it's anyone's guess who's going to be the favourite heading into this one. Stuart Davis is the reigning champion. Mike Gunning's had an absolutely fantastic form recently. Luke McGee's coming on strong. Monty Momo's also coming back to form, with Alex Brown also in the mix. So, name any of those drivers really, and any of the other ones. Anyway, race 2 is underway now, and the green flag drops, and there's Luke McGee starting on the random grid pole position, and he's away now. He's got the inside line. Monty Momo is starting in 2nd, with Mike in 3rd there. Icebreaker 4th, Stuart Davis 5th at the moment. Oh, big contact with Luke McGee from pole position, from the 1st position, and he got rear-ended by someone by the looks of it, but he managed just to hold on to the truck, and he's still facing the right way, although back in 7th now, but he's still ahead of Matt. And now Monty Momo in the red machine's trying to get past the flaming Icebreaker. I say flaming, he's got flames all over his car, and there were flames all in race 1 too, but he's still leading the race now. He's getting that back end drifting nicely still, and Monty Momo's in 2nd, ahead of Mike Gunning in 3rd, and Stuart Davis in 4th position. Now Matt and Luke McGee are battling away, and who's that running wide? I think that's Monty Momo. Yes, it is Monty Momo. He's back on the circuit, and they're going to go almost 3 wide here on slight contact. Icebreaker's trying to force Mike there onto the dirt, and Mike's on the dirt now, going sideways, but he's back on the circuit, back on the grey stuff, and Stuart Davis is just holding back here, seeing if he can take advantage. But this is Monty now trying to go right round the outside, and Stuart Davis has gone right round the outside of Mike now, with Alex Brown just in the background there. What a frantic start to race 2.
Yeah, Loopy and Monty getting a bit of contact, and Loopy losing a bit of places there, but he's, as you say, still pointing the right way and working his way back. We've got some frantic action at the front as people sliding back. There's Icebreaker again, and Alex Brown going a bit wide there on the dirt, but here's Monty coming in for the lead possibly. Another frantic start. So
Yeah, side by side they go now into turn 1. Look at them all, there's 4 cars battling for the lead here, and look at that sideways action from Icebreaker, but it's cost him the lead this time. Monty and Sumomo drive smoothly around the outside to take the leads now in race 2 here. Right at the start though, anything can happen after race 1, to be honest. Loopy McGee's probably sitting back there in 5th thinking literally anything can happen here.
Yeah, pretty much, as they're four into last. Icebreaker's getting his bits. Contact, that's not
contact.
Good.
And over and over.
That's
and
Mike up
Icebreaker trying to do donuts for the crowd. We've seen BDCC Dan doing donuts before. He's an expert at them, but from the lead, he does not want to be doing that, does he? And after all that, Stuart Davis is still pointing the right way.
Yeah, he's donutting around that corner almost. He's getting it going. Over the line, but yeah, you don't want to be doing that here, especially with everyone else sliding about, so it's quite frantic. But yeah, it's changed up the order a bit as going wide Pixie and Icebreaker up the inside again, so yeah.
Oh, another contact there. That's Loopy McGee making contact with, who is that? Matt, I think
Monty.
it was, yes. Oh no, Monty! Monty's
Monty.
out! Yes!
Monty, that was Monty just, Monty getting a bit out of shape, and it looks like Loopy's just tagged him on the way by, and Monty's back underway. But yeah, unfortunate coming together there. Just that tight corner again, just getting out of shape.
But this looks like a hell of a lot of fun. The drivers are absolutely going for it here, aren't they? And just going and diving into gaps, drifting the trucks is absolutely fantastic to see. But really for Monty now, if he's thinking about the championship, that was not ideal. He's back now down to 8th position. He needs to try and make up some ground here. But Loopy McGee, after that terrible start from pole position, he's now up to 2nd. So yeah, literally anything can happen here. So we've got Stuart Davis from Loopy McGee and Mike there in 3rd position with Matt. Now he's battling away with Pixie, who's down the inside. But it looks a bit Pixie taking that position away from Matt. But Matt's going to try and get the slingshot now. Alex Brown suffering a terrible understeer in that last corner, you know.
Yeah, he's going wide a few times on there. And another is Pixie's getting stuck there, and he's resetting now. But another hazardous corner for him.
Yeah, and Alex Brown, he's still managing to hold off Icebreaker somehow. And look at this, it's like two opposite sides of the spectrum there. Icebreaker absolutely loose as anything, and Alex Brown understeering straight to the scene of the accident nearly. I don't know if Alex Brown's on stable or loose setup. Do you know, Ian?
Looks more like a stable setup there, just by the way he's getting a bit understeer, and that's the kind of trade-off you have. You've got Icebreaker on one extreme with a loose setup sliding around the corner, and then Alex struggling to get round. You want to kind of like balance between them really to try and get the most of it and get the fastest line through that corner.
Absolutely, and of course the drivers are banned from any custom setups. They're restricted to just loose or stable, which is the same rule as any race within the within this league. But rising on board now with Loopy, he's right on the back of Stuart Davis. Look at this. So Loopy McGee all the way from pretty much last place at the start of that one. He's right down the inside of Stuart Davis, having a look. Oh, Stuart Davis just about leaves him enough room, but Loopy McGee's not giving in. He's holding the inside line nicely, and he's staying in that slipstream, and he's really pressuring Stuart. And what's going on here? An Icebreaker's round again, doing donuts. How many times has he been facing backwards in this race? That was fantastic recovery though, I have to say. Full points for that one.
Yeah, well held there. Alex just coming through and just tagged him getting it. Oh no, it's all gone off. Commentator's curse right there. He's sliding off again. So yeah, but that's interesting battle at the front here. So see how this develops. Loopy's been on Stuart's tail a few of the recent races, so we'll see how in the Xbox League. So we'll see how this develops now that they're running quite close together.
Sorry. Yeah, Icebreaker. Anyway, yeah, he basically just face planted the wall, didn't he? After a fantastic recovery. But anyway, you don't
pretty much. It looked like he saved it.
You don't get any points for spinning round and pleasing the fans, but it is good fun anyway. But look at Loopy McGee, he's really going for it now. You can see that. He tried to get the front end in, and it didn't quite stick the rear, and he's ended up losing out now to Stuart Davis slightly in that battle for first position. But the good news for these two, and especially for Loopy McGee, who's in the attacking position here, of course, as we head halfway now through this race, he's got a nice little gap there back to Mike of around 5 seconds. And 12 seconds it is back to Alex Brown in 4th position, who's battling away with Monty and Matt there. Looks like there's a little bit of a truly train forming behind Alex Brown.
Yep, certainly gives them the freedom to go in the attack here. So we'll see what happens here. But he's certainly tail out again, just giving all he's got to try and get close. He's closed that gap again, but it's one thing to close the gap, it's another thing to try for the pass. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, very well said, and look at it, he's really got confidence in that car as Loopy McGee, and Stuart Davis maybe still getting up to speed slightly, and these are the very different cars to the Indy cars we've just ran, of course. And look down the inside again, and Stuart Davis knows that he's going for that manoeuvre, but he's just sticking it around the outside anyway, and just about making it through. But I think if Loopy McGee can get a little bit closer off the previous corner, I think he'd be down the inside there.
Yeah, definitely, it's shaping up that way, but yeah, still not quite close enough. Here he goes again, just getting side out, and Stuart's going a bit wide, but not quite close enough again. And here they are coming up to a back marker, so that could make things interesting again.
It certainly could. And I don't know who it is. I think it might be Icebreaker. So this could be extremely interesting if it is Icebreaker. Prepare for donuts and carnage. Oh, and Luke McGee down the inside again. And side by side now, rubbing paint with Stuart Davis. And Stuart Davis is round. And Loopy McGee is off. And there's a big cloud of tyre smoke. And what are they doing? They can't separate each other. They're stuck together like anything, like glue. And this is Mike now coming through. And he's trying to take the lead. And he clips Loopy McGee there. And he's through. So Mike Gunning now takes the lead. And Loopy McGee was giving Stuart Davis a lovely little push around the corner there.
Yeah, Loopy McGee finally went for the move there, but having made the move, I don't know he didn't seem to quite know what to do next. He just kept his foot in and drove him and Stuart off the road, and then as Stuart was trying to get back on, he kept his foot in and did them again, and then as a result they both lost out to Mike Gunning there. That 5-second gap's just gone to nothing, and now you've got Alex Brown's now 8 seconds away in fourth. So yeah, they had a good gap there, but Loopy's kind of blown it for both of them and let Mike Gunning through, so disaster all round.
You could see that coming, couldn't you, a few laps in advance, having a look down the inside there. And eventually, he went for it, but unfortunately touched, and this is Monty now getting past Alex. Monty, of course, had a bit of an incident earlier on, so he's making up for lost time. So he's clearly got some pace though, a 42.0 the last time round, just the quickest man on the circuit at the moment is Monty MC Momo. But I think he's going to run out of laps to make up any more positions, unless we see Loopy and Stuart get into a sticky situation again.
Could always happen, yeah. Frustration from Loopy there. Just he was close on a few of the laps, but just eventually went for the move when it maybe wasn't there. He was on the dirt a bit and just kind of wrecked it for both of them. So yeah, we'll see how they recover now. Yeah,
indeed. But no, it was good to watch though, and you got to go for it. And Loopy McGee now, he's only a second though off the lead still. So before he had a different colour car in his sights, but now he's got the green car of Mike up ahead, so this will be interesting. Mike, of course, was the winner of race 1 as well, so can he take maximum points here? He's certainly hoping so, I think. And Stuart Davis still in third, of course. He's not far away from this, but it looks like Mike is going to take the win here unless Loopy goes through a very, very opportunistic lunge down here. Wouldn't bet against him.
Always a possibility, but yeah, I think he's just landed himself a net second here. He was in second behind Stu, now he's in second behind Mike, so not the best thing from the championship point of view, but that's the way it goes. And another good race from Mike coming in at the end there, having been sent straight up in the air early on in the race, so good recovery drive from him.
Yeah, absolutely. He must have thought he was, turned into a pilot or something earlier on, and suddenly he's winning the race again. So fantastic stuff. And Alex Brown celebrating 5th position. I think he was trying to roll it there, didn't quite work, did it?
Yeah,
Matt's there coming through. Great points haul for Matt as well, ahead of Pixie and Icebreaker. Well, what do you want to say about Icebreaker in that one?
It's just it needs to maybe look at his setup. Spin it out, yeah.
A DNF for Icebreaker, but I believe he'll still get the points because he did finish. Well, he didn't finish, but he sort of finished the race and so yeah, maximum all the points for Mike, and good recovery drive from Monty. I think Monty will be one to watch in the next run as long as he gets a clean getaway.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the randomised grid again, so anything can happen there.
Yeah, so that's 2 races done now, 2 10-minute races, and the drivers will be gearing up once again for the same again, but this time it's going to be at night, I believe, so that'll be interesting. Hopefully those lights work very well on the front of those trucks. So yes, it is at night. So rolling start again, random grid start, and it's Alex and Pixie, the friends, starting first and second, and already rubbing wheels and trading paint. And Loopy McGee just drives right around the outside of them into turn 1, and down the inside of that, Monty and Sumomo as well, looking to pick off some places. Pixie though has got the lead ahead of Alex Brown, and who's that off in the background? It's Mike. The winner of race
Mike
1 and 2.
and Icebreaker.
Oh, Icebreaker as well. I can't believe it. Icebreaker. And is Monty MC Momo, who's up into 3rd ahead of Luke McGee and Stuart Davis. And then Matt is in 6th position. And down the inside now goes Alex Brown. He takes the lead away from Pixie. But Pixie is going to try and brave it round the outside. But he runs a bit wide and gives up 2 positions to Monty and Loopy McGee. And you got Mike and Icebreaker in the wars already.
Yeah, another chaotic start there. It was 3 wide into the first corner. That was never going to work out. And then Mike Gunning tagging with Icebreaker and just here they are again. Loopy tagging the back there of Monty. So yeah, all kicking off again here in the final race.
Yeah, they're not scared, are they? To a bit of a touring car tap, a little bit of trading paint.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, especially when you're ass sideways to the corner. It's like, another tag here, and there's Stuart Davis again tagging with Loopy. Loopy better watch himself. Yeah, he's tagging again there with Stuart. So yeah, not the best start, but they're all still pointing in the right direction. Managed to get going. So.
Yeah, Pixie is still battling away. This time it's with Stuart Davis, with the looks of it, who's obviously recovering from that incident there. Stuart's had a really bad time of it, actually. He's had lots of contact in the first 2 races, and again here in race 3. But it's early doors still in race 3, so who knows what's going to happen. The first 2 races have been very unpredictable, it has to be said. Probably the most unpredictable of any races we've ever run in this league. And he's making his way past now Matt, who finds himself hung out to dry there on the outside of turn 2, I think that might have been. And Pixie is in 5th at the moment, with Monty M. Sumomo leading though, so this is perfect for him. But Loopy McGee's really pressuring still. He's only half a second away from the lead.
Yeah, back in second and pressuring again, but needs to make the most of it this time. He's closing well again. They've got a wee gap there, not quite as big as in the first race, but certainly going for it. And they'll be pushing again to try and make amends in this race.
He certainly seems to have a lot of pace around here at this track, and he seems to like these cars. Is that due to a lot of practice, or just a knack with these cars?
Well, he does a lot of the rallycross stuff, so these are the closest thing you get to sort of rallycross on the road sort of thing. So yeah, he's right at home in these cars and just making the most of it. Of course, one of his 2 Xbox wins came in these cars as well, so he's in his comfort zone definitely today. So just needs to make the most of it.
Yeah, and it's very contrasting styles in a way, because Monty M. Sumomo is the absolute epitome of smoothness we've seen. Don't want to curse him now, but he's the ultimate, smooth driver that we've seen in a couple of championships ago. I think it was the Ginettas that he won, and he was just so smooth, hardly making any errors at all. And
definitely.
And yeah, and he's one of those ones to watch. He'll just keep on driving consistently, but he also seems to be finding speed in these trucks. But Loopy McGee clearly has more speed here today. Oh, and he tangles again. The same sort of thing that happened with Stuart Davis. Incredible. I thought you might have learned from the second race there. But Loopy McGee went down the inside, and now he's got Stuart Davis on his inside. But Monty M. Sumomo's benefited a little bit from this now, because 2 seconds up the road, and Stuart Davis goes past Loopy McGee, and Loopy McGee would be very familiar with the back of that car.
Yeah, carbon copy almost there. He just tagged Monty getting into the corner, just kept his foot in, and into the side of him. But he backed off quicker that time, and at least managed to get underway. But again, he's lost out to 3rd place, and Stuart's got the better of him now. So and now recovery drive, and instead of chasing for the lead, he's chasing for second again, and Stuart Davis. So could be fireworks here.
Every time now that blue machine dives down the inside of the last corner, I've got one of my eyes closed. What's going to happen? But this time I think Stuart Davis saw it coming, and he decided to give enough room for Luke McGee to get past, and he's probably thinking about trying to catch Monty just up ahead there too. So if these two now can work together to make up that ground again, we could have a 3-way fight for the lead. And of course Matt isn't far behind either, so Matt seems to have had a good turn of pace in these cars.
Yeah, definitely. Both just focusing on trying to getting back on the leader now, and closing that gap that he's managed to get to, nearly 2-second gap after that incident. So yeah, it just makes sense for both of them just to reel them in just now and try not to upset each other.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes later on in the race. But yeah, it's Luca McGee. He's still ahead of Stewart, but Stewart's very close, and he's going for the inside. Is Luca McGee going to defend it too hard? It doesn't look like it, unless he tries to stick it around the outside here, sort of speedway style. And Stuart Davis is running a little bit wide. Of course, the danger is you do understeer into the car on the outside there, isn't it? So, and that's Matt. He's been in the wars, so he's down to 7th now. Icebreaker though has been in even more wars.
Yep, Icebreaker bringing up the rear again there, but he's closing in on Matt again. Oh, flashing his lights just to let him know he's there. And yeah, this will be interesting down the inside. And yep, tail out again going round, but looks like to have gone okay there. And oh no! just as you say that, and he's on his roof. Oh dear.
And he resets the car, and he's away again now. What was it? 2 flashes for a spin, 3 flashes for a donut, isn't it?
Yep, I think that's the protocols.
Pixie, side by side now, Stuart Davis with Luca McGee. So Stuart Davis has got back past, but like I said, I don't think these two are going to be battling each other too hard. There's still a few more laps to go in this race. They're only a couple of seconds off Monty, but Monty is not exactly hanging around. He's done a 42.0 the last time round, so if anything, he's pulling out a bit of a lead on these two, so it's probably a matter of time before these two are just gloves off once again, and probably that time might have already happened, look, because they're really battling hard with each other. Luca McGee very brave around the outside there. Stuart Davis did very well not to understeer into him as well, and they're still side by side. The beauty with this track is you can run side by side for so long.
Yes, side by side, and yeah, just got watch them tag each other in the corner as they get kind of sideways again, and that's just nudged wide, but not as disastrous as it could have been there, but a wee touch there, and yeah, they're both on the way up. Here's Mike Gunning and Pixie just having a go at it as well, just trying to get the better of each other. But yeah, it's still Stuart and Loopy in 2nd and 3rd. And here we go again.
I thought that blue car was going to roll for a second, then just hung on to it. It's like riding one of those bucking bronco type things, you know, on top and trying to stay on. But Luca McGee stays in 3rd. Pixie is having a great race up there in 4th, although he's just been passed with the looks of it by Mike. But Mike is on a bit of a comeback charge. He won the first 2 races, and of course he had that disaster of a start, didn't he? And he's back up to 4th now. It didn't look like he'll be progressing much further though, unless there's some serious carnage up ahead, because there's 11 seconds to the leader.
Yeah, Mike's been unlucky at the starts today, but he's certainly recovered well, and that's him back up in 4th. And with Stuart and Loopy going at it, anything can happen. So yeah, just don't count his chickens yet.
Yeah, these two must be sick of each other by now.
Yeah, they've had a few close battles in the Xbox League, and they're certainly seen a lot of each other today. So yeah, it's 12 laps. So yeah, could all go off there. Oh, Stuart's trying the light manoeuvre. Not sure that's a good idea. You need to know where each other are at all times.
Yeah, you've seen Stuart Davis, that's one of his trademarks, so he switches the light off down the straight and then tries to surprise and distracts the person up ahead by switching it on last minute at the braking zone. It hasn't worked though. The Scotsman is still in front of the Englishman, and it doesn't look like they're going to catch Monty now though. Monty is way out in the lead now, 6 seconds, so it really is gloves off for who can get 2nd and 3rd position, and they both seriously need these points, to be honest. So it would be interesting to see what happens here, but Luca McGee is still ahead. They're coming up to a back marker now. I think it is dun 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 Mazepin. Oh no, not Mazepin, Icebreaker.
Yep, Icebreaker. That was catching Icebreaker where it all kicked off last time, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but yeah, we won't want to be doing that again, so but yeah, it's interesting to see how, as this closes out, what goes down. So
yeah, but Icebreaker, in fairness, I mean, he's a multiple race winner. When on his day, he's pretty much unbeatable, but on the other days, he's a fan favourite, isn't he? And it was one of those days today by the looks of it. But anyway, we're enjoying a fantastic scrap here for 2nd and 3rd between Luca McGee and Stuart Davis. It's now the Englishman who's in front, and they're really closing in now on Icebreaker. Interesting to see whether he waves them past or not. It looks like he's defending, if anything. So this will be interesting now. And Stuart's got the outside line. Icebreaker's on the inside there. He's going to drift wide probably. He loves to drift in these things, doesn't he? Luca McGee slots back up into 2nd. Now Stuart Davis has got the inside line again. It's constantly switching around, and I think they're coming up to the last lap or two here now. Mike Gunning's in fourth still. Monty M. Sumoma, though, he's coming around the last corner, so this is the last lap, and he's going to claim the win here in race 3, and very, very well deserved.
Yep, as you were saying earlier, very consistent, very smooth. Came under a bit of duress from Luke, but held his own there, and got
side by side to the line. Oh! Wow. Okay. Who's that coming? That's Mike.
Try to get up the line.
And Luke completes the race on his roof.
Yep, goal for Mike Gunning there. He's poached him in Rocket League there, just nudging him over the line, and another disaster for Loopy there. Thought he just got the better of Stuart there, but slight touch, and then it's all gone wrong for him.
Well, I really enjoyed that. That was Icebreaker in the wall again. I really enjoyed that one, to be honest. Fantastic battles, full of surprises. Didn't know where to look or what was going to go on next. Really enjoyed it. Looks like the drivers enjoyed that too. For Loopy, you're saying there, he could have probably won that one. But in the end, I think him and Stuart Davis just squeezing each other a little bit too much across the line. Loopy lost out on that. There's a long way to go in this championship. Mike was very grateful probably to pick up a third there. He's the only driver to finish, I think, on the podium in all those first 3 races, unless I'm mistaken. Could be wrong though. But anyway, there's Luke in fourth. Pixie there, fifth. Fantastic, all the points ahead of Alex Brown, Matt, and Icebreaker. Who was your driver of that round?
Have to say Monty there for that. Just keeping consistent at the front, just holding his own with slight attack, and just getting there in the end, having had an unfortunate start to the day. So I think overall good result from good day for Mike, just making the most of it, and his opportunities. Loopy should have maybe had a win there, but he'll be happy, I think, with third overall, and Stuart Davis not far behind him as well, so that'll be interesting as the championship develops. Yeah, certainly will. Stuart Davis, of course, 15 points there. He'll be looking to make up. He was a little bit unlucky in that round, it has to be said. Lots of contact, but you could say that for anyone, to be honest. I think all of those cars will be needing a little bit of a touch-up before we head to round 2, which is coming up next week, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you won't miss anything, and all the thrills and surprises of this, what's promising to be an absolutely fantastic pickup truck. So from Ian and I, thank you for watching, and see you next time.